Ron Chernow describes Washington as always trying to be even-handed in dealing with the natives. He states that Washington hoped they would abandon their itinerant hunting life and adapt to fixed agricultural communities in the manner of white settlers. He also maintains that Washington never advocated outright confiscation of tribal land or the forcible removal of tribes, and that he berated American settlers who abused natives, admitting that he held out no hope for pacific relations with the natives as long as frontier settlers entertain the opinion that there is not the same crime, or indeed no crime at all, in killing a native as in killing a white man. By contrast, Colin G. Calloway writes that Washington had a lifelong obsession with getting Indian land, either for himself or for his nation, and initiated policies and campaigns that had devastating effects in Indian country. The growth of the nation, Calloway has stated, demanded the dispossession of Indian people. Washington hoped the process could be bloodless and that Indian people would give up their lands for a fair price and move away. But if Indians refused and resisted, as they often did, he felt he had no choice but to extirpate them, and that the expeditions he sent to destroy Indian towns were therefore entirely justified. During the fall of 1789, Washington had to contend with the British refusing to evacuate their forts in the northwest frontier and the concerted efforts to incite Indian tribes to attack American settlers. The Northwest tribes under Miami Chief Little Turtle allied with the British Army to resist American expansion, and killed 1,500 settlers between 1783 and 1790. As documented by Harless in 2018, Washington declared that the government of the United States are determined that their administration of Indian affairs shall be directed entirely by the great principles of justice and humanity, and provided that treaties should negotiate their land interests. The administration regarded powerful tribes as foreign nations, and Washington even smoked a peace pipe and drank wine with them at the Philadelphia Presidential House. He made numerous attempts to conciliate them. He equated killing indigenous peoples with killing whites and sought to integrate them into European American culture. Secretary of War Henry Knox also attempted to encourage agriculture amongst non-agriculturalist tribes in the Southwest. Negotiations failed between federal commissioners and raiding Indian tribes seeking retribution. Washington invited Creek Chief Alexander McGillivray and 24 leading chiefs to New York to negotiate a treaty and treated them like foreign dignitaries. Knox and McGillivray concluded the Treaty of New York on August 7, 1790, in Federal Hall, which provided the tribes with agricultural supplies and McGillivray with the rank of brigadier general and an annual salary of $1,200, equivalent to $26,301 in 2021. In 1790, Washington sent Brigadier General Josiah Harmer to pacify the Northwest tribes. But Little Turtle routed him twice and forced him to withdraw. The Northwestern Confederacy of Tribes used guerrilla tactics and were an effective force against the sparsely manned American Army. Washington sent Major General Arthur St. Clair from Fort Washington on an expedition to restore peace in the territory in 1791. On November 4, St. Clair's forces were ambushed and soundly defeated by tribal forces with few survivors. Despite Washington's warning of surprise attacks, Washington was outraged over what he viewed to be excessive Native American brutality and execution of captives, including women and children. St. Clair resigned his commission. and Washington replaced him with the Revolutionary War hero Major General Anthony Wayne. From 1792 to 1793, Wayne instructed his troops on Native American warfare tactics and instilled discipline which was lacking under St. Clair. In August 1794, Washington sent Wayne into tribal territory with authority to drive them out by burning their villages and crops in the Maumee Valley. On August 24, the American Army under Wayne's leadership defeated the Northwestern Confederacy at the Battle of Fallen Timbers, and the Treaty of Greenville in August 1795 opened up two-thirds of the Ohio country for American settlement.